Hey everyone, welcome to your upper body and core workout strength class. We're going to work on mobility for the upper body today, some strengthening and some flexibility, and then we'll move on to do core mobility, strengthening, and flexibility as well. So if you're ready, all you'll need is a mat today, and let's do this. All right, blue team, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start with cat-cow exercise. So just like we did before, in our other strength training workouts, it's gonna be a minute on, 20 seconds off, and we'll repeat that a couple times. So let's get in cat-cow position. That's just a nice, strong tabletop position. And from here, you just drop the hips and look up and then round the back, nose toward the belly button. So you're gonna move at your own pace, doing that for a minute. Let me go ahead and start the time and let's get this going. All right, let's go ahead and get that cat-cow in place. So drop the belly towards the ground, look up, and round the back. Do this at your own pace, and we're working through as much mobility and flexibility as you can. This is great for the whole spine, getting that back loosened up, especially if you just did one of your hiking workouts. Make sure that you're rotating and tilting the pelvis as you're going through this as well. Nice job. Make sure you bring in that nose all the way towards the belly button. Okay, go ahead and stop. The next thing we're gonna do is shoulder retraction. It might look kind of different if you're not used to this, but it's really great for the shoulders and T-spine. So you're gonna come into a plank on your knees, and you're gonna basically just do a push-up with your shoulders, just like I'm doing. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So drop the shoulders, press the shoulders up. You should feel a nice stretch through the scapula area by doing this exercise. Drop that chest in between. This is good for our core also because you need to stay in this straight line position with your spine. And just go again at your own pace. There's no races here. We're not going for reps. We're just going for time and doing what your own body can do. And we'll be building up our strength over the next couple of months. Great job, you guys. Okay, next we are going to do a very interesting looking workout. So I'm gonna face away from you so you can see what I'm doing. Your arms are gonna be like these cactus arms, right angles. So we're gonna go up, down, back, and across. So let's go ahead and start doing that with me. I'm gonna cross as far as you can. So shoulder mobility here. This is probably something that we overlook. I know I do a lot in my training. Keep it going. Again, full range of motion here. Just go at whatever speed works for you. My shoulders are already feeling this. Okay, let's go ahead and stop. Next thing we're going to work on are push-ups, but with a twist. So you can do these from your knees, or if you are a push-up champ and you can maintain your spinal integrity, go ahead and do a full plank. I'm going to stay on my knees, so we're gonna go push, and then you're gonna twist open, and then push and twist open. Okay, come on and do these with me. Let's go ahead, push and open. Try to keep your knees on the ground. We're twisting, but the hips are trying to stay as straight as possible so you feel this twist and mobility through the back. Try to keep your spine as straight as possible. Core is engaged. Keep pressing. Last one, open up to the side. And we're done with that one. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is a 30-second plank, and then we'll have a little bit of a longer break. So I like doing plank on my elbows. You can do it in a full plank if you would like, but we're just gonna hop into a plank and hold it for 30 seconds. So let's do this. Core engaged. Making sure you're trying to make the back as straight as possible. So working on that extension. So feel like you are pushing your head forward, pushing your feet back. Try to take as much rounding out of the back as possible. Okay, go ahead and come out of that. Let's take a little bit of a break before we do it all again. So if you've got some water, great time to grab some water. Should have filled this up before I started this workout, but I didn't, and that's okay. All right, are we ready to do it again? Okay, so we are gonna start again with cat-cow. We're gonna do all of those exercises over again before we move on to core. So go ahead and get into your tabletop position for your cat-cow exercises. And let's go ahead. So go ahead and drop, look up, and round. Again, go at your own pace here. Full mobility. We're not doing this for reps. Nice job, guys. Keep going. Okay, go ahead and relax. Next is going to be our shoulder retraction. So we are in our kind of modified plank here, and then we're just dipping the shoulders down and pressing up as far as we can. Get that nice stretch through the back of the shoulders, across the shoulder blades. Let's go ahead and begin. Going through your full range of motion, so as far down as you can. Still maintaining that core integrity. Spine as straight as possible. I always talk about having a straight spine, and then when I look at these videos, I see that my spine is not as straight as I think it is. But I have to tell you, through a couple of years of doing these exercises, it is so much better than it was before, and I can actually tell that my posture has improved. So These exercises do work. You just have to be consistent and keeping up with them. Okay, nice job. Go ahead and stop. All right, I'm gonna face behind again, and we are gonna do our right angle rotation. So remember, right angle up, rotate it down, and then across the back. Let's go ahead and get started. And if you have trouble sitting the way that I'm sitting, you could actually do this by sitting down in a cross-legged style or sitting on a cushion. You could also stand up and do this. So just do what you need to do to modify for what works best for you. All right, last cross and relax from there. Okay, go ahead and get into your push-up position. So whatever you did last time, or if you feel like modifying this time, remember our push-ups with a twist. So straight spine, push, and then twist open to the side. Let's go ahead and get started. Remember, core engaged. Modify however you need. Last one. All right, great job, guys. Next one is our 30-second plank, and then we'll have a little bit of a break again before we switch to our core exercises. All right, let's go ahead and get into our plank. So again, elbows or full plank, whatever you feel is nice and challenging for you. Make sure you're keeping as straight back as possible. So I kind of just noticed that I was starting to tilt my pelvis up. You want to make sure you maintain that core alignment and that spinal alignment. Make sure you're pressing up through the shoulders, not sinking too much. Nice core strength there. All right, go ahead and come down. Oh, nice job. Okay, we're done with that portion of the exercise. We'll take about a 30-second break and we'll move on to core. All right, let's start our core exercises. So first thing we're gonna do is a Russian twist without the weight. So back a little bit, imagine you have a ball or a nice, awesome orb of energy here, and we're just gonna place it from side to side. So again, back straight as possible and just twisting from side to side. Let's get started. You can modify this by leaning back further if it's not difficult enough for you, or the more you sit up, it'll be a bit easier if you're not quite ready to lean back yet. All right, you're doing great, guys. Next thing we're gonna do is a dead bug. So you are gonna lay on your back. You're up like this. You're gonna extend the opposite leg and opposite arm. So that's gonna reach. You're gonna come back in, reach the opposite and come back. Go ahead and let's get started. I don't know why, but in this exercise, I have to concentrate so much on my coordination. This is a good, I guess, mind to body exercise for all of us. Nice job. Keep going, keep engaging that core. Almost there. All right, go ahead and stop. All right, the next one we're gonna do is a glute bridge march. So you're going to engage the glute, come up into a bridge, and we're just gonna walk the feet forward and back while keeping the hips up in the air. So go ahead and start with me. Let's do this. Try to keep your spine as flat as you can, or as straight as you can, I should say, starting with the neck. So you'll slightly tuck the chin down towards the chest. Arms are down by your side. Just keep moving those legs out and back in. Okay, a few more. Go ahead and come on down. All right. All right, 2 more exercises in this round of core. The next one we're gonna do are inchworms. So you're gonna start at the back of your mat. We're gonna come all the way down, walk out to a downward dog, get that nice stretch, and then walk back up, stand up, do it again. So go ahead and do this with me. Down, walk all the way out, just go into downward dog, no plank from here. Feel that stretch through your hamstrings as you're doing this. Downward dog, back up. Walk it out, and go with what pace works for you. Last one, go ahead and walk it back up. Okay, next and last, we're gonna come down into a bear crawl. So you're gonna bear crawl to the forward part of your mat and then go back. And we are gonna do that for a minute. So let's go ahead and get started. Forward, back, Go at your own pace. This is working our core as well as our upper body, since we're maintaining. And if the movement is too much, guys, you can just stay here and lift the knees off the ground. Sometimes I feel it's easier though to move, so you're not thinking about that one position for so long. Okay, we're almost there. All right, come on down. All right, we're gonna do it all over again. So we're gonna start with our crunches, our Russian twists. So get ready. Hard work we're doing now is gonna pay off when we get to Nepal. All right, let's go and get started. So that nice ball of positive energy. Just gonna keep moving it side to side. I have to tell you guys that you motivate me so much to do this and get these workouts going, because I can tell there's some times already where I get back from a hike, or today I did a zone 3 workout, so I'm pretty tired from experimenting with that. But doing these exercises and staying with you all is so motivating. Okay, let's go ahead and stop. Next thing we're gonna do is our dead bugs. So our mind-body coordination here. So legs and arms come up, and let's go ahead and get going. We'll extend the opposite leg, opposite arm. And I still have to think about this. So if you're getting pretty tired at this point, you can definitely keep your head laying down on the mat. If you want a bit more of a challenge, you can make this a crunch. I think by this point for me, I am just going to relax my head a bit, give my neck a break. Okay guys, go ahead and stop. Go ahead and come back up. All right, the next one is the glute bridge march. So we're gonna lay flat. Extend our hips. Nice straight back here, so tuck the chin a bit so you can elongate that neck. Hips up, and let's go ahead and start. So start those marches out and back. So this one's a bit different from when we do our glute bridges, because you can probably tell in this one that your glutes aren't being squeezed as much with this, and it's more of our quads are moving, and we're using a lot of our core muscles to maintain the hips up in the air rather than squeezing the glutes as much. So a little bit of a different movement with this core exercise. Okay, last one. Go ahead and drop. Beautiful. Okay, we have our downward dog planks or downward dog inchworms, and then our bear crawls, and then we're done. So let's get going. So back of your mat. Let's go ahead and begin. So arms up, fold forward, walk it out right into that downward dog, get a nice stretch, and then come back in and up and back down. So one of the reasons we're stopping in down dog and not going into plank is because we're getting some extension through the thoracic spine in the down dog. If we move this to plank, we've done a lot of plank stuff today, so I wanted to get some different movement and mobility in here. And downward dog is one of those great movements or poses that just hit the entire body. So your T-spine benefits, your shoulders benefit, your hamstrings, your calves, everything that we need to stretch as mountain athletes. This really helps. Okay, walk it back in. Should be your last one. Go ahead and stand up and get ready for our bear crawls final exercise for today. So go ahead and get into that bear position. Again, you can feel free just to hold like this and just take the knees a couple inches off the ground. You'll get the same benefit, or add that movement in. So let's go ahead and get started. So crawl to the front, crawl to the back. I forgot to mention before, guys, anything that, if you've got wrist problems, a lot of us veterans and first responders have wrist problems because we've done, I don't know how many push-ups over our career time span. So you can do this as a fist also, and that'll help save your wrists a bit. So keep that in mind, and anything that we're doing that requires a flat palm, feel free to adjust it and make it a fist. Awesome. Okay, we are almost there. Done. Nice job, everyone. Let's go ahead and stretch some of our muscles that we worked out today, and then we will get you on your way. So you probably want to collapse at this point. I do too. So let's just go ahead and lay flat down. All right, we're gonna do a chest and shoulder stretch. You're gonna take your arm 90 degrees and a little bit in front of you on the mat. So as you're laying here, with your other side, so your arm that's up, for me it's my left arm, you're gonna look towards your left, and then you're just gonna shift your weight to the side to get a nice stretch here. It doesn't matter really how far you go, just go with what your mobility will allow. You're gonna have to play around with it. If you have really tight IT bands, your leg's probably gonna be going up in the air like this. So try to relax your lower body as much as you can. And this is a really good stretch for spinal mobility, hip mobility, IT bands, and of course you'll get that nice deep stretch in our shoulders and chest. So just go ahead and sink into this, and I will stop running my mouth so you can enjoy this stretch. Nice job. Let's go ahead and come out of that. We're going to switch right to the other side. So your other arm will be in about a 90-degree bend. Adjust however you need for the mat. Switch sides. Facing the other opposite way now. And bring that top foot over and just relax into the stretch. Okay, go ahead and start to come out of that. Next stretch, we're just gonna go right into a child's pose. So knees are about hip width of the mat, maybe a little bit narrower, feet are together. Just go ahead and stretch to the front, forehead down on the mat. If you're wearing a hat like me, adjust what you need to adjust. Just sink down into this pose. All right, go ahead and come back up. We're gonna do some side stretches. Switch this around here. Do kind of a mermaid pose. It feels really good on the side of your hips. So you're just gonna stretch all the way out like we're just chilling, laying at the beach. And you're gonna rotate so that your hips are on top of one another. And then you're just gonna sink down into the side body and feel a nice stretch through your hips and obliques. And you may have to adjust if you're someone that has a decent amount of mobility and flexibility through your side body. You may have to actually prop up a bit on this, but as long as you are kind of pretending that you're between maybe like two window panes or like in a peanut butter jelly sandwich, you are trying to stay as upright as possible on the side so that you get this side stretch. And it also helps with our hip mobility, lower back mobility. So just play around with it. Sometimes this pose feels a bit awkward as you're trying to get your balance. All right, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Same sort of deal, find your balance on that side of the hip and then adjust to wherever your mobility is. This is our last pose, guys. You did this. I know this wasn't easy. I was feeling it today. I'm sure you're feeling it as well. All right, go ahead and come out. And that's it. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I will see you again very soon for our next workout. Bye.